On Earth, there are creatures whose numbers are measured not in billions, but in trillions. And most of the time, we don't even notice their existence. What you see might just be soil. But in reality, beneath this surface, there is an entirely different world. A civilization we cannot see with our eyes, but has existed for millions of years. This world belongs to the ants. They are small, they are silent, but their numbers are beyond imagination. It is estimated that there are around 20 quadrillion ants in the world. This means millions of times the human population. In other words, for every human walking on this planet, there are millions of ants. And this is just the beginning. Scientists know of nearly 16,000 ant species in the world. But this number is just the tip of the iceberg. In reality, much more has not even been discovered yet. And each one belongs to a different world. A single ant may seem weak alone, but physically, it is incredible. Many can carry 10 to 50 times their own body weight. This is like a human lifting a car. But their true strength is not in their muscles. It is in their ability to move together. An ant's brain is small, alone. It's quite limited. But the colony transforms into a completely different intelligence. There is no leader, no commander, no manager. Yet everything works flawlessly. Because ants communicate through chemicals. The trails they leave on the ground guide the others. They signal danger, point to food, and even start wars. Some ant species do not just hunt, they produce, especially some species living in tropical regions. Cultivate fungus. They collect leaf fragments, carry them underground, and produce in special chambers. Millions of years before humans, they discovered agriculture. And as if this wasn't enough, some ants even practice animal husbandry. They protect aphids, carry them, and practically milk them. The sweet liquid they produce is the ants' food. So in this system, everyone has a role. An ant colony is not chaotic. On the contrary, it is highly orderly. The queen lays eggs, the workers work, the soldiers protect. Every individual exists for the colony, because here what matters is not the individual, but the whole. But this flawless system also has a dark side. Some ant species attack other colonies. They kidnap larvae and force them to work in their own colonies. Yes, even among ants, there is war and slavery. Such an organized, such a powerful, and such a massive system. What happens when it encounters another colony? That is when the true face beneath the soil is revealed. The first contact is completely silent. Beneath the soil, two different colonies approach each other's chemical trails. For ants, the world is a map spoken not with sound, but with pheromones. And this map suddenly collides. A worker ant detects the trail of the opposing colony. This is not just a stranger. It is also a threat signal. Immediately, a chemical alarm spreads. Not in minutes, but in seconds, the entire colony is alerted. An unseen chain reaction begins beneath the earth. Soldier ants pour through the tunnels. The first lines are formed in narrow passages. Because ants fight their wars not in open fields, but in cramped corridors. This is an advantage, because here, access is more important than numbers. The initial clash usually happens between worker ants, but the workers are merely the first wave. The true warriors step in shortly after. Soldier ants are individuals with thicker exoskeletons, larger mandibles, and evolved specifically for defense. In some species, these soldiers can even block tunnel entrances with their bodies, almost like a living door. Once the conflict begins, mandibles lock. In many species, these mandibles do not let go once locked. Both sides drag each other, tear each other apart, and smash against the tunnel walls. But this war is not random. Every colony is constantly guided by chemical communication. Which tunnel needs more soldiers? Where to retreat? What to defend? All are managed with an unseen coordination. That is why the war, though it seems chaotic, is actually highly organized. Some ant species go even further here. For example, raider species do not just fight, they conduct systematic raids. They collect the larvae and pupae of the opposing colony and take them to their own colonies. When these individuals grow up, they are often used as slave workers, meaning war is not just about destroying, it is also about seizing the means of production. As time progresses, the balance of the war shifts. If a colony cannot establish enough defense lines, the tunnels fall one by one, food reserves are emptied, larvae are lost, and the colony slowly collapses. But nothing happens like a dramatic end. Simply, one day, activity decreases, the tunnels go quiet, and that colony ceases to exist. But for nature, this is not a loss, because at the same time, new colonies are born elsewhere. New tunnels are opened. New wars are prepared. This world beneath the soil never stops.